What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a very interesting Liverpool transfer news video. In this video we will talk about Isco potentially going to Liverpool because he is fed up of being on the bench or being even out of the squad at Real Madrid. Let me know, would you love Isco to be at Liverpool? I think he is a brilliant player that would help Liverpool and improve Liverpool's midfield. We need an attacking midfielder like Isco who is creative and who can score goals. And also in this video we will talk about various different Liverpool news, so stay tuned. If you enjoy these types of videos, please just smash the like button. It really takes a second for you and it really helps me out and shows me that you guys love these videos. And Isco flatly refused to get on the team bus after he was left out of the matchday squad of Real Madrid against Ajax, according to the Marca newspaper. And Isco is having a horrible season. He just made 5 starts in the Spanish league, and also at the end of the Zidane era he was out of the side, out of Real Madrid and unhappy. But now Zidane goes back to Real Madrid for a second time. It's a really a remarkable appointment by Real Madrid. Perez basically panicked and called Zidane to fix this mess, and I think it's going to be a very interesting last few months for Real Madrid. But they will make big changes in the summer, and I think Isco will want to sign for Liverpool because he is very unhappy at Real Madrid. He has been sometimes not even in the team, and actually Real Madrid recently released a statement saying that they opened disciplinary proceedings against Isco because he didn't join up with his teammates for a scheduled meeting, and that's unacceptable in Real Madrid's opinion, which I think is fair. Also, the Daily Mail is saying that Liverpool and also Manchester United are battling to sign Isco from Real Madrid as he edges towards the exit, and I think Liverpool are favorites at the moment to sign him, and it makes sense. He's just 26 years old, so he probably has a good 3 or 4 years at his peak performance ahead of him, and also he is a winner. He has won multiple Champions Leagues, multiple Spanish league titles, Club World Cups, Spanish Cups. He has won everything with Real Madrid, and also he has a lot of experience at the highest level. But more importantly, he can provide Liverpool midfield with some of the creativity and some of the flair, some of the attacking intent that Liverpool have been lacking sometimes in games against the likes of Manchester United and Everton. And of course we know that Jurgen Klopp prefers to buy, you know, potential future superstars than current superstars, but I don't think you can say Isco is like a world's best in his position, but he's still a very good world-class player. And Isco's age and current situation represents a really big opportunity for Liverpool to sign a player who will not only be able to perfectly be able to slot into Liverpool midfield, but he also has a good 3 or 4 years in him. And if he is available for like £50 million, which I think could be a reasonable transfer fee, he could come in and really boost Liverpool's midfield. We need more creative players like him. And yes, we have Naby Keita, yes, we have Shaqiri, but they have been in and out of the side. Naby Keita has struggled for illness and he's out of the Bayern game. It has been confirmed, which is a real shame, because Naby Keita played very well at home against Bayern Munich, and also Shaqiri has been battling an illness, so that's why he hasn't played every game in the last few weeks. And even though Zidane loved Isco in the first part of the Zidane era, in the last season Isco was out of favor even under Zinedine Zidane, and also Isco is really fed up of the life on the sidelines at Madrid. And even though if Isco starts a few games for Real Madrid, I think that he still wants to challenge himself and to try something new. And at Real Madrid he's just a fringe player, but at Liverpool he could be one of the most important midfielders in the Liverpool Football Club, in my opinion. He could finally fill the role of Coutinho, and I think Jurgen Klopp was happy to sell Coutinho. There has been some articles on that Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp we're basically happy that we got 140 million pounds plus for Coutinho, because not only did Coutinho want to leave Liverpool at the time, also Coutinho maybe wasn't like perfectly suited to the Liverpool counter-pressing style. But I think Isco is actually as good a player as Coutinho, even better. I mean, on current form, Coutinho is having a shocking season, so I think Isco at the moment is a better option. And Daily Mail is reporting that Isco actually wants to sign for Liverpool because he sees him as a player who could start for Liverpool regularly, week in, week out, and that is not the case at Real Madrid. I mean, just making 5 starts in the Spanish league for Real Madrid is horrendous. That's like a player who is a 20-year-old up-and-coming youngster. I mean, Vinicius Jr. has probably started more games at Real Madrid than Isco, and Vinicius Jr. is just 18 years old. And remember that we did a video on what Gary Neville said about Liverpool, and they should go out in the Champions League to Bayern Munich and concentrate on the Premier League. Well, Jurgen Klopp actually heard those quotes and he reacted, and this is fascinating. So listen to this, listen to what Jurgen Klopp said in reply to Gary Neville, and I quote him: "This only happens if the manager is of Liverpool and the pundits are from Manchester United. It is so easy to sit in an office or a studio and talk about things like that. We draw a season and say the best way to go through it is to go out of all the competitions early. You do that, and in that moment the same people go for you like mad. It's like you are disrespectful to the competition. Now it is closer to the end of the season and it is allowed to go out of the Champions League without even trying to go through? That's really mad." That's what Jurgen Klopp said. Wow. That is crazy, and I really fully agree with Jurgen Klopp that Gary Neville is a hypocrite, because one day he was saying that Liverpool are disrespecting the FA Cup because we haven't played our strongest possible lineup, and then the next day he's suggesting that Liverpool should go out against Bayern Munich in the Champions League, disrespecting the whole competition of the Champions League just to focus on the Premier League. I mean, make your mind up, Gary Neville. And I really like that Jurgen Klopp put his foot down in the press conference and said what is really on the mind of many Liverpool fans, that Gary Neville shouldn't talk like that. And that's why you know, Gary Neville is a pundit and not a manager. He had a stint at Valencia which was a massive, gigantic failure. So how does he have the cheek to tell Jurgen Klopp, multiple Bundesliga title winner, Champions League finalist manager, twice actually, to what to do in the Champions League? I mean, it just blows my mind how some pundits can act like that. Yeah, so Jurgen Klopp continued with this: "In all the competitions we try everything we can to win them. We play proper real football and we try to win every game. Now it's the next one. It's the only one we play on Wednesday night, so let's try and win it." Wow, that is really good talk by Jurgen Klopp, and I'm really looking forward to the Bayern game. And I have some good injury news for you guys as well. It looks like Trent Alexander-Arnold will be ready for the Bayern game tonight. He was taken off as a precaution rather than a necessary substitution against Burnley, because there were some complaints with his shoulder, but in the end it turned out it was nothing serious, and we can start Alexander-Arnold at right back, and I think that's vital because we don't have another out-and-out right back. We loaned Nathaniel Klein to Bournemouth, which was still quite a bad decision, but now that Alexander-Arnold is fit, we are fine in that position. But if he wouldn't be able to play against Bayern Munich, it would be a major headache who plays at right back, so I'm really happy that he will be fit for that game. Remember that we talked about Karius and that he hasn't been at his top level for the past few months at Besiktas? Well, now it has come out what the possible reason for that could be, and that is that his club Besiktas haven't paid Karius any money for 4 months. So imagine that you go to work every day for 4 months and you are not getting paid. That is, even if Karius is a well-off footballer, so he probably doesn't have any money problems, that's still a bad situation. And according to Bild, Karius has lodged an official complaint with FIFA, who are investigating the situation, and FIFA actually gave a deadline for Besiktas to pay Karius his wages that were missing, and Besiktas hasn't done so. They missed the deadline, and it looks like that FIFA will now probably punish Besiktas by either a big fine or a points deduction or something like that. And that's a very, very interesting situation. So I can't blame Karius, to be honest, here, that he wasn't able to be fully focused on his game and put in his best performances, because if you are not getting paid for 4 months, there is something seriously wrong. And it's like, Besiktas is not a poor club. They are one of the richest clubs in Turkey, so I'm not sure what is going on with their finances, but I think it's pretty unacceptable that a footballer doesn't get paid for 4 months when he's a potential, like a professional footballer, and that's his living, that's his main job, to be a footballer. So that's a very, very tricky situation. I'm not sure what a big punishment will Besiktas get, but I think FIFA won't like this, that a player doesn't get his wages for 4 months, and then they put a deadline on Besiktas and they don't even pay the wages before the deadline, which is a really, really bad situation in my opinion. Alisson was asked about his quality compared to Manuel Neuer, the Germany goalkeeper, and he said, "I cannot compare myself to Neuer. He has been one of the best goalkeepers in the last 10 years and I'm just starting. I use him as a reference. He's a great person as well. It's a dream to play against him." Very good, humble words by Alisson. He could have come out and say that he sees himself as on the same level as Manuel Neuer, but Alisson is right. He's just starting out at the very top level of English and European football. I mean, with Roma he already had an outstanding season, but that was his first real season at the top of European football. He got to the semi-finals, where of course Liverpool knocked out Roma in a very, very entertaining semi-final. Two-legged ties ended in a 7-6 to Liverpool. But Alisson now, in my opinion, one of the top 5 goalkeepers in European football and potentially in world football as well. And he's just outstanding this season, and I really hope that he can show his worth at Bayern Munich, because I think we need a good Alisson performance against Bayern, because they will really come for Liverpool. But Lothar Matthäus, who used to play for Bayern Munich, he's a Germany international. He lifted the World Cup in 1990, I think, for Germany. He said 0-0 is a decent result on the face of it, but of course Bayern don't have an away goal, and that's all the more dangerous when you are playing Liverpool, who carry a huge attacking threat. And Lothar Matthäus continued, Bayern have to find the right balance. Don't concede and score 1 or 2 goals themselves. That's all they need. But the balance is very important and also very dangerous. A bit too attacking and Liverpool can exploit that. Too defensive and then that will maybe reduce Bayern's own attacking threat. They have got to score a goal somehow, because I don't believe that in a game like this you can aim for a 0-0 and potentially extra time and penalties. So Lothar Matthäus is saying that Bayern shouldn't really attack Liverpool gung-ho, all out, and throw everything at Liverpool from the start, because they will regret it. And I agree. And I think this game really suits Liverpool. We like to play on the counter-attack, and Bayern will want to dominate the ball, and Bayern will want to attack Liverpool at home. And it will be a completely different game to the Anfield game, because at Anfield Bayern just came for a 0-0. I was actually very, very surprised and very disappointed by how defensive and how passive they were. But now at home they can't be. If they want to go through, they have to attack Liverpool, and they have to do everything in their powers to try and score a goal or two. And that could suit Liverpool, because Bayern's defense hasn't been as good this year as they usually are. So this season Bayern's defense is not as strong as before, and in my opinion Liverpool can score a goal or two, and then Bayern need to score 2 or 3 goals to even go through. And Liverpool don't have to win in Munich. That's the big advantage. Liverpool just have to score 1 or 2 goals, and maybe even get a draw. It's a good enough result. But I think Liverpool will also relish the fact that we will have space behind the Bayern midfield, behind the Bayern fullbacks when they are attacking, and I think we should do the high pressing situation quite well, because if we can get the ball from Bayern in their own half or on the halfway line, we could really run at them. And we have some of the fastest players in Europe: Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah. Even Firmino is very quick and very skillful. So if Salah and Mane can run behind the defense, that will be very good for Liverpool. And I just really hope that we take our chances, because that was my one worry, that at Anfield against Bayern we created big chances but we didn't take them. And against Munich, I think the team who can get the better of the midfield battle and who can take their chances will go through. So I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you later. Goodbye.